Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lucardo and welcome back to everyone's favorite game, Resident Lover. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I made the last episode. I've actually tried to record this. This is attempt number 3. I moved, my footage got lost and footage didn't record right and it's been like a whole deal, but we're back and I'm ready. I forgot everything that happened. I just know that somebody requested that I do the scholar next. I have water and chocolate milk, a lemon bar, tissues for when my nose inevitably starts running as I'm reading. So let's get into the game. The next one that we wanted to do was the scholar. The scholar is, you want to have the best grades on campus, and what better way to show you're serious than join the student council? Who wouldn't love spending hours and hours rejecting and accepting the various requests sent from clubs? The fate of college students' recreational freedom rests in your hands. Just don't let it go to your head. As it turns out, fake politics can be terrifying. Are you happy with this choice, or do you want to consider other options? I'm perfectly happy with this choice. Once you settle into your dorms quite comfortably, meeting your roommates Angie and Daniela, two very energetic but seemingly sweet people, you decide you need to get out and meet more people. So far, everyone is getting settled in and arriving for the start of the semester. Classes will start next week and you're excited for them, but they do start... Oh, wait, hold on. It's already starting, guys. Classes will start next week and you're excited for them, but before they do start, there's going to be a club fair. Every club on campus is going to have a table in the giant on-campus center to showcase what they do and try to draw new members in. You want to join a club, but you're not sure which one. Angie had told you she wanted to go to a flower making club. I think it's supposed to say flower crown making club, if one even existed here. And Daniela said she wanted to join a bro squad, whatever that meant. You've been in a ton of clubs in high school, almost too many. It left you with little time for yourself. You will do only one club this year so as to not get overwhelmed. Something that will look good on your resume. Tomorrow arrives, and with it comes the club fair. Daniela has already left to meet with some friends to go there, while Angie is still storing in her bed a bottle of whiskey clutched close to her chest like a teddy bear. You tentatively approach her bed to wake her up for the fair. She mumbles something about stabbing someone, and you decide better than to disturb her beauty sleep. You decide to head out to the club fair, but receive an email alert on your phone. Curious as to who has sent this, you open it up and realize it's from your economics professor. It's a mass email to your entire class section, informing you all that there's a homework assignment due before class tomorrow. Your jaw drops open. Is this professor being for real? They never even sent an email on what textbooks to get for class until now. You're gonna have to order the niche textbook online, but that will take a while and you need to do the assignment by tomorrow. You grit your teeth. You really want to go to the club fair. You also really should go to the library to complete your work. What do you choose? You can't actually choose the library. It won't let you. I have to complete this, arc first. Club fair. Homework? You'll just pretend you never saw the email when you go to class and the professor makes a fuss about it. You head out to the college center. All paths lead to Rome. Whatever that is. Policy 1. The place is crowded, packed with both people and tables. You feel a bit overwhelmed by all of the choices in front of you. You walk around and help yourself to some free candy at some tables. You spot Daniela at a skateboarding club, laughing with some girls. There are some real niche clubs here, such as doll making, button printing, and even finding the missing sock. There's more general and popular clubs, such as the DJ club, which is blasting sick beats, and an art club that you're really tempted to join, and a food club that makes your stomach growl at the amazing smells coming from there. That's when you see her, the goddess. Long locks of luscious blonde hair, intense blue eyes, and at least 6 feet tall. And an outfit that accentuates every part of her body and makes her look like a model. But it's not just that, it's her aura. The way she stands, the way she smiles, the way she easily answers any questions sent her way by interested students. Not only that, but it's the way she stares at you with mild disgust when you promptly trip and fall, reaching out a hand to stop the fall and only serving to yank down her table's tablecloth. You fall with a great thud, feeling heated embarrassment course through you. You'd been so distracted by her and hadn't watched where you had been going. A few students around the table noticed your pathetic nosedive. A few laugh, but one or two ask if you were okay. The blonde comes around the side of the table, holding out a hand for you. Are you all right? The look of disgust on her face is gone. Maybe you had imagined it. You take her hand and she helps you up. Her hands are soft and you could just hold them forever and ever. But reality sinks in and you let it go before she can think you're weird. I'm fine, just wanting to die from embarrassment, but otherwise, fine. You took quite a fall. For you? You mumble that under your breath, but not low enough because she hears you say something. She's just not sure what. What did you say? You shake your head. Let me fix this mess I made. You turn to fix the tablecloth and all the items you've dragged down in the process with it, but find that her friends are already taking care of it. You notice the sign on the table. Student Council. Student Council? Yes, that's the club. Are you interested? Are you interested? Yes. Of course you're going to join this club. She's here. You'd be insane to pass up a chance to get to know her better. Shame that it's council work. It's so boring. My name is Bella Dimitrescu, and I am the student council president. That's my vice president, Casey, and my secretary, Jasmine. The other council members aren't here. Her name is Bella. It suits her. Usually, we use elections to determine who's going to be on the council. But for some positions, we don't need elections, which usually happen near the end of the semester, so that by the next semester, we have our finalized council. Currently, we have a PR and a first-year representative position open. Which one do you want to hear more about? What's a PR position? The council has a few positions such as president, vice president, treasurer, secretary, PR, first year, second year, and third year rep, along with a senior advisor. That's so many positions. Our reps are always changing since they're yearly positions, which is why we're trying to recruit folks. The positions aren't necessarily essential, but the more members we have on our council, the more money the club receives to help fund student activities. But we also need someone for PR or public relations. They're in charge of advertising for this club and for taking photos of us whenever we throw events at the student body. Interested? You shake your head no. That would require photography skills and being savvy with advertising. That's not really something you feel you'd be a good fit for. A first-year representative is someone who represents the freshman class. You would be in charge of sending out emails to get them to come to the events we fund. You would also be in charge of surveying them to see what sort of activities they would like to partake in. Not only that, but also surveying them to see how their freshman year is going and if they have any complaints or concerns that we can take to the president of this school in order to keep our student body happy and safe. That sounds like serious work, but it's something you feel capable of doing. I think I would like to do that position. You think or you want to? She arches a brow at you, clearly not impressed by your less than solid certainty. Something tells you this girl only takes 110% from everyone. Would joining the club really be a good idea? Can you put up with someone so intense? Are you up for the task? Yes, I will try my best. The power of gay is stronger than your power of nay. You'll be joining this club and impressing her if it's the last thing you do. I'm fine with that kind of work. Bella smiles. Good. I'll see you tomorrow in the student council room, 8 p.m. sharp. You're the only one who has said yes so far. I can't imagine why no one else wants to join. Casey and Jasmine shoot knowing looks at each other, but don't say anything. You head back to the dorms. Daniela's back from the club fair as well. You note the skateboard in her hand. You signed up for the skateboard club? Of course, sport is life. What did you sign up for? Angie pulls up her head from the sheets and angrily shusses you and Daniela before dropping her head back down to sleep some more. The bottle she had been cuddled up with before was looking half empty. Hadn't it been full before you left? Daniela whispers out an apology. Sorry. You look at Angie with some concern. Should we wake her? Daniela shakes her head. Not if we value our life. The two of you speak in hushed tones. I signed up for the student council. No way. Why would you do that? Is it bad? Daniela rubs her forehead. My older sister is on the council, Bella Dimitrescu. She's been a huge pain in the ass because she's a stickler for the rules. I'm worried she's gonna overwork you. Your eyes go wide. Bella Dimitrescu, a goddess herself, is Daniela's sister? They seem so different. Daniela's laid back and Bella seems like a real go-getter. Plus, Bella's so tall. Damn, this is the fastest you've fallen for someone. Literally. You have got it so bad. Maybe joining the council hadn't been a good idea. What if your crush got worse? What if it made Daniela feel mad that you had feelings for her sister? Daniela's watching your internal debate with interest. Daniela seems concerned. Oh no, she got you, huh? What do you mean? Daniela cocks an eyebrow. I know how my sister looks. It kind of sucks knowing she's the good-looking one. You want to argue that no, Daniela is good-looking too and has her own merits, but Daniela keeps talking, not letting you cut in. A ton of girls had crushes on her. It was what drove them to join the council in the first place, to try and get to know her, to impress her. Why is this exactly like your situation? But Bella isn't about pleasure, she's about business. Everything is work, work, work to her. She won't spare you a second glance. And romance? Forget about it. I am not trying to date her. Daniela snorts, not convinced. Consider this me warning you. Don't come crying to me when she breaks your heart. Well, that wasn't at all depressing. Carpe diem, policy 2. I think there's like 12 policies. You show up at the appointed time to your first student council meeting, following a few students inside. When you step a foot into the council room, you're instantly blown away by the architecture. With its all-white marble columns and imposing ceiling, the inside looks like a miniature replica of the Roman Senate. Just walking in makes an echo. How much money does this council have to have a room such as this? Bella takes her spot at the front. The rest of the council sit at their appointed spots as she speaks. Welcome, everyone. We have a new member today. She points to you. You awkwardly wave at everyone. They stare at you for a moment before turning back to her. You weren't expecting a warm welcome, but even that was much colder than you deserved. It made you feel like an interloper. They'll be joining us on a first-year rep. Let's help them out as much as we can, but also let's not forget to keep on top of our duties. I don't want any slacking, not on my watch. She claps her hands, and everyone gets to work. They join Bella on the dais where there is a table with enough chairs for everyone. Casey, the vice president, approaches you. I'll be helping you today with getting to know your role in the council and what resources have available to you. She indicates some members you haven't met yet. I'm the vice president, and you've met Jasmine, the secretary. Over there is Stanley, who's the treasurer, and we have our senior advisor, Ariana. We are short-staffed and we don't have a representative and a PR manager, but they're not extremely vital to our team. When they hear their name called, they look up and give you a nod. Glance out of the side of their eye at Bella, but then look back down at their forms. While the rest of the council is hard at work, pens scratching on papers, head bent down, faces deep in thought, Casey goes over your duties. You diligently take note of them. There's more to this role than you thought there would be, but it doesn't seem to be too much. You are eager to prove your worth to the council and all you can bring to it. When the allotted time for the meeting ends, around 10 p.m., you know with some alarm, you have work to do. You bid everyone a good night. And so this is how your council meetings went, more or less, from now on. Bella makes an announcement, details the itinerary, and then everyone sets to work diligently and without speaking to one another unless it's to ask about more work. 3 weeks go by in this manner, and you're feeling a bit let down. You know Daniela warned you about this, that Bella was strict and work-focused, but it turned out everyone was like this? Did no one want to be friends? You thought the whole point of joining a club was to have friends from club activities. At least you can stare at Bella as she works. Even the way she handles papers, her fingers deftly rifling through them, the flourish of her pen as she signs the forms, the way her biceps flex, she lifts heavy stacks of them up and into the trash bin, is so powerful. You don't know why this is. Have you really fallen that hard for her? The itch to talk to her grows as these council meetings continue on. One day, you decide to follow Bella out of the council room. All the work has been done and everyone has been dismissed home. Bella immediately notices you trying to catch up with her fast pace. And sheesh, you really need to exercise more. How are you out of breath trying to catch up with her? You lean against the wall to catch your breath. Bella is irritated at your presence. Persistence. Bella is irritated at your persistence. What do you want? I wanted to talk with you. It's been 3 weeks, and she cuts you off by slamming a hand next to your head as your back is pressed against the wall. The height difference between the two of you becomes palpable. Your heart is racing in your chest, and you respectfully try to keep your eyes off of her chest. Hard to do when it's right there at eye level. Her perfume envelops you, jasmine with a hint of gooseberry. I know what you're trying to do. I have no interest in romance or romantic pursuit. I step all over people like you. People willing to use me for my position of power. The look in her eyes is heated, and the way she said she'd step on you, Surely she didn't know the other meaning of the phrase and had meant it to be offensive, but your mind clearly isn't going there. It was going to other places, like Bella's heels digging into your chest as she applied pressure and sneered down at you. You quickly discouraged those thoughts in order to respond rationally to her. I don't want your power. If you think that this position grants you anything other than control of funds and community events, you're insane. I don't want any of that. I just want to hang out with you. Bella scoffs. You have no idea the true responsibility of the council president. You can't have it. If anyone else did, I'd shudder to think what would happen. Now you're intrigued. What is going on here? There's a haunted look in Bella's eyes. It sounds like something nefarious is going on behind the scenes. Maybe you can ask the other council members about it. Bella leans off of you. Is that clear? I don't want you following me around or slobbering all over me. We are professionals, so we must work as such. She walks away and you rub a hand up and down your sternum to hide your unease. Something most definitely is happening on the council. You have to figure out what. You decide to speak to the other council members before the following week. You manage to track them down in between their classes. You can decide now who you want to go speak with. Use the map in your diary by clicking on the Crestfall card. You can go to Casey in the university library, Jasmine at the cafe, Ariana in the dorms, or Stanley in the theater. So we go to the diary. The Crestfall card. There were some... yeah. Okay. I guess we'll start at the dorms. You find Ariana sitting in the common room of the dorms, working on her laptop. Sorry to bother you, but I wanted to talk briefly. That's all right with me. I wasn't making any progress on this papers anyway. She flips the screen to show you she's only written "the" on the page. I wanted to ask you about Bella. Is everything all right with her? She seems tense. Ariana shrugs. I'm not sure. I'm not really close to her. She doesn't seem open to being friends with us, so I just do my job and what she expects of me and don't pay any mind to anything. Thank you. You leave Ariana to her unsuccessful essay writing. She wasn't able to tell you much. Who do you want to speak to next? Use the map in your diary by clicking the Crestfall card. There was the theater and the university. You find Casey in the back of the library studying silently. She's surrounded by stacks of books and she looks dreadful. Her skin is pale, she has bags under her eyes, and she barely seems to keep her head up. Hey, you alright? She jolts when she sees you. Oh, hey, I'm fine, just tired. So very tired. Seeing you had jolted her awake, but she's so tired she's already drifting off again. Is the council running you ragged? Casey has been helping Bella plan a huge welcoming social event for this freshman class so that they could socialize and make friends. It seems to be draining her. I've been on the council for 3 straight terms. I'll be fine. I'm used to this. What did you want to see me about? It's about Bella. I'm worried about her. Casey gives a laugh. There's no point in worrying about her. She won't ever tell you anything. But you think there's something wrong? Casey nods her head. I entered the council the same time as she did, more or less. She served a semester before me. We're both juniors now, but she was a freshman when she started. She wasn't always like this. Something happened during her 2nd semester of service. Casey lowers her voice here and stifles a yawn before continuing. She pissed off the president of the university, disappeared for a while, and then came back different. Whatever it was that happened must have been serious because she doesn't ever step on the president's toes now. This all sounds concerning. How is she different? She takes everything so seriously now. She used to laugh and be fun, but now it's just... She shrugs, unable to convey what it is she wants to say. I want to help her. It sounds awful being stuck in such a position. Casey waves you off. We don't want your help, and she especially won't want it. You can tell when you're being dismissed. Get some rest. Who do you want to speak to next? We will go to the theater, I guess. It's the next place. You catch Stanley at the theater. She's joking around with some girls on stage when you walk up to her. Got a minute? Stanley looks uncertain. Sure. Is this council business? Sort of. I was worried about Bella. I wanted to ask if you know anything about her. She tells her friends to give her a moment and walks away from them. Up to you. I wouldn't worry about her too much. Her whole family's extra. Her sister, Cassandra, is a mega diva and a control freak when it comes to plays. I know because I had to work with her on some shows. A literal nightmare. And Bella's just as controlling when it comes to work, but she makes it less fun because it's so boring. She chuckles in a pitying manner. Just my luck. Wanted to escape the mess with the plays, only to run into the exact same trouble with the council. At least their youngest sister, Daniela, is chill, kinda. Just don't touch her board. Got it. That was a lot of information. You're not sure if it will turn out to be helpful or not. You bid Stanley goodbye and leave the theater. Who do you want to speak to next? Use the map in your diary. There was one... cafe. You find Jasmine at the cafe chatting with some pretty brunette girl. They both seem to be in a heated discussion, and you can catch snippets of, "I thought we had something," from Jasmine before she runs past you, head in her hands, sobbing. Well, you won't be able to talk to her. Not like this. The barista is shaking her fist at the brunette, who is rubbing the back of her neck, a touch sheepish. Cassandra, really? Again? Right in front of my coffee? Sorry. For now, all you can do is continue your good work on the council while trying to find ways to help Bella. You aren't giving up. Not yet. Policy 3. With worry for Bella sitting heavily on your mind, you attend your council meetings. The event for the freshmen has drawn near and the vice president looks even more worn out than before. She seems to be barely standing on her feet. Worse is the fact that she's on a ladder, hanging up festive lights. When you ask her if she wants to take a break so she can sit and you can put up the decorations for her, she scoffs and shakes her head no. You decide the least you can do is go and buy her some coffee. Maybe some coffee for Bella, too? She looks stressed. You head out to the cafe to get some. Back at the cafe, Elena, the barista, takes your order. What drink should you get Casey? Casey's really tired. But, she doesn't want to sleep, so we're gonna get her an espresso. She looks like she could use a good boost of energy. What drink should you get Bella? A flat white. Blonde coffee with a kick of cinnamon. We're just gonna do a flat white. Basic, but should do the job. You head back with the drinks and you hand Casey her drink. She takes it gratefully and chugs it down in one go. You hand the other one to Bella, who looks at it with disdain. I don't need your handouts. I already told you I have no interest in being won over. I'm not trying to win you over. I'm just being nice. Bella snorts. Nice. Right. Everyone is only ever trying to be nice before they try to get into my pants or try to take my position from me. I don't have time for any of that. Can you at least take the coffee so I don't waste it? I don't want it. She grabs it from you and throws it into the trash. That sets you off. You have no idea why she's acting like this, acting like she's above everyone, throwing out a perfectly good drink as a crime you will not forgive. You step up to her, arms crossed across your chest. Why are you like this? You boss us around. Poor Casey isn't feeling well, but she can't take a break because they're all so afraid to stand up to you. You're heartless. Your voice rings out in the giant room, and Bella's eyes go wide. And Bella is furious. How do you know? Her voice is low and there's a vein throbbing in her neck. Her words catch you off guard. What do you mean, what do I know? Bella scowls at you. Jasmine comes to intervene in the standoff. We have some work to do. Can we focus on that? She laughs awkwardly to displace the tension, but it doesn't work. Ow, ew, I didn't like that sound. Not when there's a loud thud and Casey lets out a long, pained groan. Everyone rushes to where Casey's laying on the floor, holding her arm. It's facing the wrong direction. Bella is horrified. What happened? I got a bit dizzy and had a misstep. Is it bad? You suck your teeth. She did tell her the truth? Yeah, tell her the truth. Oh, holy fuck, it's bad. We need to get you to a doctor. Casey starts to cry. The pain is kicking in right now. Ariana calls her an ambulance while Jasmine helps Casey sit up. Bella clears out the space so other students don't pass by and see the scene. You help Jasmine sit Casey down in a chair. Casey is red in the face, breathing heavily from the pain. The ambulance comes a few minutes later and takes Casey away. Jasmine and Ariana go with her, leaving you and Bella alone. Bella rubs her forehead, stressed. And now we're down another member. The council can't function without a vice president. They'll shut us down if we don't have one. But it's too early to do elections, and I doubt anyone can join on such short notice. We'll have to do everything, just the two of us. She bites the pad of her thumb so hard it bleeds. You don't want her to be this stressed. You have no idea what's going on in her personal life to make her so rude, but if you can do anything to help, an idea seizes you. I could do it. Do what? I worked closely with Casey. I know what her position entails. I could temporarily take the position until she feels better enough to come back. Bella laughs. But when she sees you're not laughing, she stops. Oh, you're serious? I don't see why I can't do it. You said it yourself, if you don't have anyone, the council can get shut down, so what's the problem? Bella puts her hands on her hips and leans down a bit to be eye level with you. This close up, you can see each individual lash framing her eyes. Bella scowls. The problem is you. You have no experience. You've barely been on this council for a month, and you already want to take the vice president's position? I was right about you being power hungry. I don't understand where you're getting these delusions. I'm helping you, not me. Bella grits her teeth. You couldn't help anyone, not even a fly. You put a hand to your chest, growing in size. Then why don't I prove it to you? You tell me who to help, and I'll help them, all by myself. I won't ask for your aid. You're tired of her looking down on you, tired of her making baseless allegations. She scowls. Fine then. If you're so insistent on failing, then I'll provide you with a list of students on campus who have made personal requests to the council. Help them and prove your worth, and I'll maybe consider giving you the position. The deal doesn't sound good, but you're not about to let her keep treating you like this. Bring it on. You hold out your hand and she shakes it. The deal is set. You're going to prove her wrong no matter what. The list Bella gave you doesn't look long, but she has given you a deadline to do it all in a week. Can you do it in that time frame? You'll have to try your best. Who should you start with? Nicoletta at the theater, B at the dorms, MJ at the pizza shop, Mia at the university library, or Elena at the cafe? Use your map in your diary. Okay. I guess we'll start at the cafe and work our way back to the university. Elena stands behind the cash register. What would you like? I'm here to help. You had a request for the student council? Ah, that. I wanted some help delivering orders across campus, and if you wouldn't mind telling this person I'm not an Uber Eats so they can stop telling me to deliver the order for them, that would also be great. She hands you the takeout tray with 4 orders on it. You head across campus to the theater and drop off orders to Cassandra Dimitrescu. She's in the middle of reading a script in front of a mirror when you interrupt her. Elena sent these to you, and she also said to stop treating her like an Uber Eats. Cassandra takes the tray from you. Ugh, she's being dramatic again. I forgot my drinks there and asked if she could take them over after her shift ended, but thank you. Who do you want to help next? Use the map in your diary. We were just at the cafe, so pizza shop. Papi's Pizzeria. Papi's Pizzeria. Nice. All right. You make your way across campus. MJ is just inside the pizza shop. The air is thick with the smell of grease and cheese, and it makes you a bit nauseous to walk in. You hope you won't smell like a meal coming out. She's got a Miranda's hoodie. I kind of want that hoodie, honestly. MJ is standing by the counter, a stack of pizzas with them, and their skateboard kicked up on the side. They're counting the boxes and trying to make sense of them. Hey, how can I help? Who are you? I'm from the student council. I got your request for help. I put that in weeks ago. The council's a bit short-staffed, but better late than never, so what did you need help with? I need help with all of these pizzas. I originally put in that request so I could get you guys some free pies, because this place was new and was having a great deal for free stuff for college kids, but no one answered the request. They shrug as if to say, that's that. No chance the offer still stands? Free pizza sounds great. Maybe you could talk your way into getting some. I'll check with my boss, see what he says. They head out back and you wait for them to come back. When they do, they're smiling. Good news! The boss said that because he appreciates the council's work, you can get 3 pizzas for free, any topping of your choosing. Which topping will you choose? Olives, anchovies, and pineapple. A veggie, meat lovers, and then plain cheese. The good old classic cheese, pepperoni, and sausage. We'll do a veggie, meat lovers, and then plain cheese. Diverse pizza choices. There's bound to be an option someone likes. You bid MJ goodbye and they hand you the pizza boxes. They're hot and they smell good. You drop them off at the council room where they're bound to come to good use. You send a text to Bella so she knows about the pizza. Hey, I left some fresh pizza in the council room. Let the others know so they can eat. Let the others know about it so they can eat. I was clear that when I gave you my cell phone number that you were to only contact me with vital information if there were pressing issues. This is neither. Well, that's not rude at all, you think sarcastically. I don't think either of them. I'm just gonna ignore it, whatever. You decide to be the bigger person and not respond. You snag a slice for yourself before you go help the next person on your list. You helped 2 students today. You'll need to take a break before you help any more. Policy 4. I'm gonna take a bite of this lemon bar. Today is a new day. You wake up feeling refreshed. My fingers are sticky. You still have a few people to help. Who do you want to help first? Use the map in your diary to choose. Oh, yeah, diary. We've got dorm, theater, and university. So dorm, I guess. You decide to help out B next. You find them at the dorms and knock on the door to their dorm room. You're not sure if they'll be able to hear it over the racket coming from next door to the room. You knock again. Louder. They yank their door open and stare at you blankly. Do I know you? No, but I am here about your request for help. You have to raise your voice so they can hear you. Finally, I've been waiting forever. It's about my next door neighbor. I've asked them to stop playing music so loudly. They'll comply for a bit, but do the same thing again. I thought that maybe a student council member intervening might work. I'll see what I can do. You approach the door and knock on it. A second later, the door swings open. To your surprise, Angie answers it. You stare in shocked silence at her before you both point at each other. What are you doing here? She smells vaguely of alcohol, and the flower crown on her head is skewed. What are you doing here? You shoot back at her. Angie gives an uncoordinated smile. Relaxing, obviously. Angie, are you responsible for this awful racket? It's my friend's room. I haven't moved out, silly. Well, could you tell them to turn it down? It's disrupting the corridor. If you say so, it shall be done. She hiccups, twirls around, and shuts the door behind her. A second later, the sound is vastly reduced. Thanks for helping with that. Hopefully it'll stay this low for the rest of the year. You bid B goodbye. B! Oh my gosh, I've been holding this the whole time. B! It's a little 3D printed bee. You can't see it, but look at it. Anyway, B. Oh, who do you want to help next? All right. Theater. After questioning some students about Nicoletta, you find her at the theater. She's by herself, pacing the back, hands in her hair, saying something to herself. I have the hiccups, apparently. That lemon bar. She seems to be greatly stressed out. Hey, is everything okay? She jolts at the sound of your voice. Who are you and why do you care? Also, she's like really hot. She's gorgeous. I love her outfit. I'm from the council. I'm here to help your request. Nicoletta flushes. Never mind the request. I'm too embarrassed by it. Besides, this is something I really need to do by myself. Nicoletta's request had been her asking for assistance with confessing to Cassandra Dimitrescu. It seems the brown-haired Dimitrescu sister is quite popular on campus. If that's fine by you, I'll let you handle it. You swivel on your heel when she calls out to you. Wait! You turn to face her. I was actually thinking of confessing to her today, but I forgot to get the flowers I wanted to give her. If I give you money, can you go to the local florist shop and get something for me? You take the money from her, listen to her instruct you to get half a dozen red roses and half a dozen white roses before you head out to the flower shop downtown. Ooh, did you see that like flash of her outfit before like it switched scenes? She's hot. The flower shop is a quick bus ride away. You find yourself standing in front of a store with a green front and curled white letters on the front that say Donna's Flower Shop. I love Donna. It's so nice in here. The glass windows are filled with fresh-looking flowers. You step inside and a little bell jingles to let the owner know you've come in. It smells wonderful inside here, like a garden. There's a woman standing behind the counter, wearing a smock over her outfit, hair up in a bun. Oh, it's Donna. I love Donna. How can I help you? I have an order for flowers. What did you want to get? Half a dozen red and half a dozen white roses. You bring back half white, half red roses. Oh, this is perfect. Thank you. Good luck with the confession. Something tells you Nicoletta's gonna need it. Nicoletta gives a wistful smile as she glanced down at the flowers in her grasp. I just hope she'll give me a chance to prove I can be more than a one-night stand. Who do you want to help next? Use the map in your diary. University, I guess. You head over to find Mia at the library. This is a bit trickier since you don't know what she looks like. You decide to ask the librarian since they know everything, and she points you to a girl with a brown hair and a frumpy sweater on. She's reading a book and taking down notes on a pad next to her. As you get closer, you notice the cover has a pentagram on it. What is her major? Mia? Yes, that's me. Can I help you? I'm from the student council. I'm here to fulfill your request. Excellent. I've got something for President Miranda as a thank you for all the help she's given me on my personal projects. However, I don't have access to her personal office. The student council has the key. Can you leave it for her? A personal delivery for the enigmatic school president. You feel nervous approaching this task, but you recall that you need to do it in order to get the vice president's position. Sure. She hands you a small package from her purse. It's in a brown cardboard box with a bow on top. It feels strangely warm. You go back to the council room, wondering where this key to Miranda's personal office might be. As you are searching for the object in the drawers and on the table, there's a light throat clearing behind you. You turn to see Bella there. She stands, hand on her hip. Where did she come from? She wasn't here before. What are you doing? Plotting to destroy me, searching for evidence or signs of my weakness? Her claims are so ridiculous you can't even take them seriously anymore or be truly upset by them. When she sees you laughing, she gets annoyed. What is so funny? When did you get so paranoid? I'm just trying to protect myself and everyone else. You roll your eyes. Right. I'm looking for the key to President Miranda's office. Mia wanted me to drop something off for her. Bella's eyes widen. No, that's fine. You don't have to leave it. I can leave it for you. Why does she seem almost scared? It's fine. I can do it. Don't you remember we agreed that I would prove my worth for this position by doing everything myself? I can't let you go in there. You scoff. If I give up, then you'll just use this as ammunition against me to disqualify me. Hand over the key. I'll get this done quickly. Bella looks even more fearful. What do you do? Press on. I'm going, and you can't convince me otherwise. Bella snaps in annoyance. Fine. But I'm coming with you. She leads the two of you down this hall. She leads the two of you down the halls to a door that seems otherwise unremarkable. She pushes it open, and you go up the stairs. It's dark here, and the staircase seems eerie, the metal creaking under each step. When you get to the top, she pushes open another door, leading to a hallway that, other than for the double doors at the end, is empty and plain. You go to the end, the hallway dim at this hour, due to lack of windows and lack of lights. You would have stumbled in the dark had Bella not turned the flash on her phone. When she gets to the double doors, she slips out a small golden key and opens the doors. They creak open and reveal inky darkness inside. Bella holds out her hand and you give her the package. Even in the dark, you can tell how nervous she is. Her breathing is heavy. She quickly steps inside the room. Wait here. You do, blinking your eyes to adjust to the dark without Bella's phone light. You wait for seconds, but it feels longer than that until she steps back out, gift gone. She locks the door and the two of you go back down the stairs. You want to ask her why she seems so scared to go upstairs. You don't think she'll take kindly to questions. You bid her a quick thanks and a good night. You have finally completed the list of requests from the student council. Now comes the moment you've been working up to. The moment in which Bella must decide if all of your work qualifies you to temporarily take the vice president's position. You're not feeling too confident or hopeful about this, but you have to try. You haven't done all this work just to quit now. You stride into the council room and find Bella there, flipping through papers. Situated against the dark mahogany chair with gold leaf ornaments, with her confident poise and aura, she seems like more than just a leader of a student council. She seems like someone who could have led entire armies, who could have had countries fall at her feet. You swallow heavily. Damn, you've got it bad. Pretty soon you're going to be waxing poetic about her, aren't you? Her eyes cut to you when you jolt from your inner thoughts. It's time for the decision to happen. You gulp. You just swallowed too. Gulping twice. Policy 5. Nil desperandum, or whatever that is. Nil desperandum. You plead your case for why you should be the vice president to Bella before she sends you away from the room so she can ponder in silence her decision. The rest of the council members are not here because it's not a day the council meets on. Bella is just almost always in this room, and when she's not, you wonder where else she could be. In the library? Studying? In her apartment? Studying? On a bench out back? Studying? You have a hard time visualizing her doing anything but studying or council work. What does she do for fun? You'd love to get to know her more, but it seems that won't be happening anytime soon. After 10 minutes of deliberation in which you feel like you're waiting in a prison sentence, she opens the door and lets you back in. She looks uncomfortable. Bella sighs. I have to say, given all you've done, you'll get the position. You smile brightly and you want to jump up in the air and do a little celebration, but refrain. No doubt she would find it unseemly. However, this is only temporary, and I do warn you, it's a lot more work. She ventures you over to the table and picks up a heavy stack of paper. She dumps it into your hands. Your knees buckle under the weight. She is so easily lifted. You could already feel the paper cuts forming. She gives you a smirk. So, Vice President, get started on all of this work. It needs to be done by tomorrow. Tomorrow? You barely manage to choke out. Bella smugly responds. You wanted this position, did you not? This is what part of what comes with it. Well, shit. A week later, you're furious typing away on your laptop is interrupted when someone puts their hand on your shoulder. You jump up in your seat surprised, but it's only Danny, who looks concerned. You alright? You scared me. No, I don't mean about that. I mean with all of this. She gestures at your computer and the stack of papers by it. It's nearing 2 a.m. and you're still not done. You release a tense sigh. I'm fine, just busy, so if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to work. The hand on your shoulder stays put. It's warm and grounding. You're not fine. I know you're not. Yes, I am. Please don't fight me on this. You're on the council and they're overworking you. They shouldn't. Your shoulders slump. She's right, but you wanted this position. It's your fault. I asked Bella if I could take the vice president position, and I have to prove to her that I can do it. That shouldn't come at the cost of your health. Look, I know you want to impress her, and I know how demanding she is. But she wasn't like this before. I swear, it's like that council is cursed. Cursed? A shiver rolls down your back. I was gonna say all the way down your back. A shiver rolls down your back. What does Danny mean? Danny continues, oblivious to your fear. Everyone on the council either overworks themselves and quits, or has an accident and has to quit. Bella's the only one who's managed to stay on so long, and it must be through her sheer stubbornness alone. Before she joined, she did like doing her work, but she was a bit of a perfectionist, but nothing to this extent. It's like all she cares about is this damn council. She doesn't even come to family dinners anymore, or answer mine and Cassie's texts. We're worried for her. This is all very concerning, but what can you do about it? You want me to quit? Danny sighs. I'm not telling you to do anything. The choice is yours. Just take care of yourself. I don't want to lose another person like I lost Bella. You haven't lost her yet. Danny arches a brow. Do you intend to bring her back? This stumps you. You have tried getting Bella to open up, but she just doesn't. You feel like giving up on her, like she's a lost cause, but maybe you just need to try harder? You rub your forehead. Do you even have time to help? You're so swamped with work and the council duties that you're barely getting enough time to sleep or eat. Danny is looking hopefully at you. You would hate to crush that hope. I've tried speaking with her, but she's not open to communication. She shuts down every interaction I try. Danny looks like she might get down on her knees to beg. Please, you're the closest one to her right now. She won't let me or Cassie into her apartment, and she won't answer our texts. But she sees you in person. Can you maybe try and tell her how much we miss her? You nod your head. I'll do my best. Danny gives you a relieved smile. Thank you. The door bursts open and Angie comes tumbling in. She catches herself at the last moment, preventing a nosedive into the carpet. You're still up? She's slurring and there's no mistaking what's in the cup in her hand. It's a busy night for all of us. Great, I came to fetch my chaser, but if you're all here, we should come with me to the party. I'm down with that. She looks over at you. You look at this stack of papers. You know what? You could use a break. You've been working very hard for this cursed council. I'll go. All right, party time, but wear something fun. She does a few whoops loudly before grabbing her tumbler and rushing out the room. I'll go after her. While Danny handles Angie outside, you quickly change into your party clothes. Once you're ready, you let Angie take the lead as she takes you and Danny across campus to one of those sorority houses on the outskirts of the university. The EDM, subscribe. Subscribe. You should do it. You should subscribe. The EDM music is pounding loudly and you can smell the beer from here. Angie pushes her way into the house, which is unlocked and which is packed with students all in various states of drunkenness. It's hot and it's sweaty. Angie makes her way to the kitchen and you and Danny follow. Danny slapping some high fives to some friends she recognizes. Angie shoves 2 shot glasses into your hands. They're filled to the brim with clear liquid. You down both. The alcohol immediately warms you up. This is so nice. We never get to party together. She takes a shot with you and Danny grabs a half-filled bottle off the sticky kitchen counter and begins to chug from it. Another shot? She holds up another glass. Do you take it? Girl, you just took 2 shots in a row, but I guess we'll take it. I mean, 3 isn't that bad, right? Especially when you're like young and in your 20s or whatever. Why not? You take the glass from her and down it, and then take another one, and yet another one that she offers you. Your head is spinning and you're not so steady now. How many is that? That's 2, then 1. Then 1, then 1. 5 shots. I understand. Your head is spinning and you're not so steady now. You allow Angie to lead you onto the dance floor, and then you black out. Your body aches all over, and your stomach churns as you sit up. You rub the blur out of your vision, feeling the blanket slip off of you. You don't remember last night, but you must have managed to get back to the dorms. You blink your eyes and gasp. You're not in your dorm room. You're sleeping on a hard student council couch, a spare blanket thrown all over you. I'm glad you're awake. You were snoring loudly, and it was distracting. Bella has her back turned to you as she types on the computer. Judging by her icy tone of voice, she's not glad you're here. You didn't exactly choose to come here. What happened? You came here on 5 a.m. making a racket, attempted to make an incoherent conversation with me about my knight in shining armor, and then passed out on the couch. Now that you're awake, you can leave. I don't ever want to see such behavior again. It's unseemly for a student council member to behave like that. Despite her cold tone of voice, she had covered you with a blanket. That had to mean she wasn't entirely heartless. Though your throat does hurt something awful and you feel strangely warm. Did you get sick at the party? Thanks. Don't mention it again. Seriously. I want to erase this memory from my mind. You get up and fold the blanket over and then leave. Not once does she turn and look at you, though her fingers do momentarily pause on the keyboard until she hears the door shut behind you. When you return to your dorm room, You realize you feel a bit sick. Filibuster. Getting to know your grace, part 1. Interesting. Feeling sick turns into being sick. Danny looks on at you with sympathy and leaves offerings of oranges by your pillow so you'll get better soon. Angie insists you can drink the flu away, but you will not take that offer. Thank you very much. You're done drinking for the month and year, especially if it means going out with Angie. Your roommates mainly stay out of your way while you spend the weekend lying in bed. You're sweaty, feverish, and your muscles hurt. I breathed wrong. I don't know what happened. Monday comes, and you don't feel any better. You intend to eat the oranges and whatever snacks you have in your room and sleep. However, your phone buzzing incessantly keeps interrupting your sleep. At first it was text messages. Now it's phone calls. Groaning in irritation, you roll over. Notice it's all from Bella. Angry texts demanding to know why the work hasn't been turned in. You set your phone on airplane mode and go back to sleep. Your bliss is broken when the smell of chicken soup wakes you up. Groggy, you sit up, rubbing your eyes. Had Danny brought your soup? But it's not Danny who's in the room. Impossibly, it's Bella. Even with the shades drawn and the lights out, her hair seems to have a soft glow to it. Or maybe that's the fever speaking. Maybe she's not here at all. Bella is unimpressed. You're sick. And now your fever hallucination is speaking to you. That's unconstructive. We have work to do. You took on the role of vice president to help me, not make things harder. I didn't choose to get sick. And now you're talking back to the fever hallucination. You could have at least answered my texts. Your stomach growls. You haven't eaten anything in days beside the occasional snack. Your eyes zoom in on the black pot of soup resting on your desk. Bella brought a whole pot of soup. I was busy being sick. Anyways, I don't need judgment from a hallucination. Bella taps her foot in irritation. I am very much real and very much annoyed at you. Bella's really in your room? You reach out a hand and touch her from where she is standing by your bed. She feels warm. Oh. Bella looks even more unimpressed now. Now, eat this soup. I need you to get better soon. Did you make it all for me? Bella snorts. Ugh, of course. I had no choice but to. I don't trust your store-bought crap. I want you to eat all of this soup. It'll work on making you better. You're bewildered by this action from her. You didn't think she cared for you at all, or anyone. You didn't know that she was even capable of such an act. Wait a minute, how did you get in my room? I'm the student council president. I can do what I want. That doesn't answer anything. She grabs a nearby bowl, scoops some soup into it, and hands it to you. Up this close, the soup smells even better. You close your eyes and inhale the scent before you start to eat. It's perfect. With a rich broth flavor and some spice to it that makes you feel like a warm blanket is wrapped around you. You know, if your major never works out for you, you could be a chef. Bella snorts, but it sounds more amused than derisive. Derisive. I have no interest in throwing away my major over a bowl of soup. Seriously, it's divine, like ambrosia. This time she rolls her eyes at you, taking a seat at your desk. Oh, is she planning on staying? Hurry up and eat your soup. I haven't all day, and you're making me miss out on work. Are you gonna sit here and watch me eat this? You were suddenly self-conscious. Here Bella is, looking cool and put together as always in her expensive designer clothing, and here you are, sitting in bed, probably smelling of sweat in your unflattering PJs, with your hair resembling a mop. And she wants to watch you eat. Your cheeks turn as hot as the soup. Maybe give me a human moment? Bella gives you a dry look. You already look like a hot mess each day. What is there to be ashamed of? Instead of dwelling on the insult, you focus on the compliment. Does that mean you think I'm hot? She rolls her eyes, clearly not taking the bait. However, there's a small curl to the corner of her lip, as if she's vaguely amused. You decide, despite all odds, Bella must be in a good mood today. It's almost as if being away from the council room has her less stressed. You decide while you have her here, you'll strike up conversation and make sure to draw out every single spoonful. What's your major? Bella hesitates before answering. Double major in business and English, with a minor in economics. Oh wow, you are busy. She scowls at you and looks a look that says, obviously, I'm busy. I know you're undeclared. It's a bad look for the vice president of the council to be undeclared. Temporary vice president. Bella looks you over. You're not running for council position next semester? The election's coming up soon. The election! With being sick and all the work, you've forgotten about it. Will you join the election and defend your vice president position for next semester, or will you try for another position? Step up. I'm gonna try out for the vice president role, this time not as a temporary substitute. It's not going to be easy. Casey is good at what she does, and she has more experience. It's not about taking Casey's position, but it doesn't hurt to try. Why did you join the council and become president? It is a responsibility that has weight, and I am the best at what I do. I couldn't let some half-wit waste the power of this position. That is a bit arrogant. You want to be in charge? Of course I do. Like I said, being in charge is what I'm best at. That inspires some interesting scenarios that you will have to stow away and think of later when you are alone in your room. You eat the rest of your soup and try to think of something else to ask. An earlier discussion with Daniela prickles at the back of your mind. Talking about it will make Bella mad, probably, but it needs to be said. You suck in a steadying breath before speaking. Daniela misses you. Oh, part 2. Bella's entire body stiffens as if she's just been electrocuted. You have never seen Bella go so still before. A moment passes, but her reaction is gone so quickly. You think you might have imagined it. Bella speaks brusquely. It almost sounds like she's purposefully being a lot colder and harsher than usual. I am busy. I can't spend my time babysitting my sister like she's 3 years old. You're here taking care of me. You have enough time to talk to your sister. At least text her. She shoots you a poisonous glare. Did you at least talk to her when you came in? Is she here? No, she's out at the park. You wonder if she purposefully picked a time to come when Daniela wasn't around. She wasn't here and you still know where she is? You do care. Of course I care. She's my sister. She bites the words out, and you're almost alarmed by the fact that she literally bares her teeth at you for a moment. Just text her sometime. It would really mean a lot to her. I'm busy. She repeats this pointedly, and you release a small sigh. You'll have to make baby steps toward progress. You're too sick today to push more. You've been surprisingly nice to me tonight. Bella looks scandalized by this. Tomorrow, we're going back to normal. She points at the bowl in your hands. And you're done eating, so you can start doing some work. You look down at the bowl and see that it is indeed empty, save for the broth. You regret not eating slower. She pats the stack of papers at your desk, and you suppress a groan. You drink the rest of the broth before reluctantly crawling out of the warm cocoon of your bed over to the desk to look at the papers. She talks you through what she needs you to do, and then gets up to leave. She pauses momentarily at the door. I've already got more work lined up for you tomorrow. I'll get it to you. Don't leave me waiting this time. And answer my texts. You give a slow nod, dreading tomorrow. You just want to get well in peace. And take a shower. And with that, she leaves. You can't help but feel glad despite everything. This has been the closest Bella had ever been to being like a normal human around you. Smiling to yourself, you whisper out loud, I think she cares about me a little. On cue, your phone buzzes with a new text from Bella. Just so we're clear, I do not care for you. The soup was just so you could get better and do your work. Smiling even harder, you turn to your papers. To your annoyance, the work that had piled up due to your illness is tedious, boring, and too much to possibly complete in the strict deadline Bella has given you. You've just recovered from your illness, and your mind is still foggy. You decide maybe going to the library will aid you in finishing your work faster. You pack up your bag, all the paperwork, and head over there. You find a nice secluded table and hunker down for a long evening with a thermos full of cheap coffee. The hours tick by, and the library goes from being crowded to near empty. You peer up from the 50th form you've filled out to blink bleary tears at the clock. It's 1 a.m., meaning almost closing time for the library. You decide to get up and do a quick stretch to bring life back into your stiff limbs. And as you do so, you hear a familiar voice mumble behind the shelf in exasperation. Unable to curb your curiosity, you walk over to the next aisle, one of which is lined with desks. It doesn't come to a surprise to find Bella still sitting here at this hour, practically the last student in the building, aside from you. There are mountains of papers and books lying in front of her, and her nose is almost touching the open pages of a dense-looking book, while her hand scribbles down notes furiously. She looks a little harried. Her hair is unkempt, like she's gone through it with her hand a couple too many times. She doesn't even notice that you've stepped up to her side until you clear your throat. She looks up at you with mild annoyance. What do you want? I just wanted to say hello. Is that a crime? It is when you're wasting my time. You put your hands up. Fine, then. I suppose I'll leave you alone. Bella narrows her eyes at you. Speaking of wasting time, have you done any of the work? Yes, your majesty. You do a mock bow at her. Bella is not amused by your mocking sobriquet. Sobriquet? Sobriquet.
Sobriquet.
How much have you completed? Proudly, you answer. About 50. Her jaw drops open in shock. You don't realize it's a bad reaction until she speaks in an angry tone. That little? Have you been goofing off? Do I need to babysit you to get to do your work? Your face drops. You thought you'd been doing so well. Bella sighs and slams her books closed. Seems like I'll have to do my work at home because it looks like I'll need to babysit someone. I'm not a child. You don't need to babysit me. You fold your arms across your chest, glaring at her. Then she stands up and you lose a bit of steam at the height difference. She's so damn imposing this close to you. You're coming with me to my apartment, and I want to keep a close eye on you until you finish all of your work. A large part of you wants to protest this. You're tired and you don't want to do more work, but an even larger part is excited because Bella is inviting you to her apartment. You would be a fool to turn this down. Fine, just let me get my stuff. You go back to your table and pack up all your items, wondering what Bella's apartment will look like. When you finish, you come back to her. She's also packed everything and is waiting for you, hand on the hip. We'll take my car. And Bella is giving you a ride? You feel nervous. You follow her to a sleek red car outside the library parking lot. The inside of the car smells wonderful. The leather creaks under your weight as you sit in the passenger seat. Bella starts the car and pulls away. A 10-minute ride finds you at her apartment. It is dark out, so you don't take much notice of the apartment building. Bella leads the way to her apartment. She opens the door and you finally get to see what Bella's living space looks like. You wonder how many people have had the privilege of seeing this space. You must be one of the lucky few. Her apartment is very sparse with minimalist furniture and an open floor plan. The walls are bare, and so are the floors. Everything is either in shades of black or white or brown. It's so fastidiously clean and organized. The books on her shelves are even organized by height. You can sit up there. Bella points at the dining room table, a sole flower in the middle of it to keep you company. The black rose's head is drooping. I'll be studying in my bedroom. Don't bother me, and don't even think about leaving until all your work is done. You roll your eyes at her orders, but set up in the dining room. She moves around in the kitchen and brings you a hot cup of tea. You're surprised by this thoughtfulness, and you are about to thank her when she notices your look of astonishment at her actions. She quickly turns on her heels as if embarrassed by her thoughtfulness and hurries to her room. The door slams shut. You can't help but wonder what it looks like on the inside, but you know better than to ask for a tour. 1 hour passes, then another. Bella peeks her head out, notes that you are working before nodding her head in approval and disappearing back into her room. Time drags by. You're becoming more and more sleepy by the hour. You glance at the clock on the wall. It's now 4 a.m. You have class in a few hours. You should probably head back if you want to catch a few Z's before then. Do you want to head home or stay? If I ask Bella to leave, she's probably just gonna say no. So, I mean, it's only 4. Yeah, it's only 4 hours. You sit at your desk and continue doing your work even as your head dips up and down in an effort to stay awake. Bella steps outside of her room. I have to run back to campus. There's a mini emergency I have to deal with. Do you need my help? You will be more help here. Stay put and don't go snooping around my stuff. I'll pick you up in a few hours before your morning class. She rushes out, leaving you alone with piles of work and a burning curiosity on what's inside Bella's room. You wait until her front door closes before snapping your head to her bedroom door. Do you dare go in? Part 3. You wait for a few minutes and make sure Bella is gone and won't double back. Then you head over to her room, mindful to make sure that whatever you touch, you'll put right back into place. The inside of her room has a blue carpet on the floor, and it's the only spot of color. Everything else is black furniture. You do notice some items of interest. These catch your eye only because they're not neatly placed like everything else in Bella's apartment. She has a corkboard up with many notes pinned to it. On her desk, there's a stack of old-looking notes. By her bedside lamp lies a book. What should you look at first? The book. I didn't like the way it whispered in my ear right there. You pick up the book. It looks to be well worn. Bella must have read it many times. You open up the cover. Happy 14th birthday, nerd. Love, Daniela. You smile softly to yourself at the fact that Bella has kept this book and even brought it with her to university. Bella is sentimental. Who knew? Maybe there was a hope yet for her and Daniela reconciling. What do you want to look at? The newspaper clipping. You glance at one of the newspaper clippings on the corkboard. The headline reads, Cassandra Dimitrescu shines bright on stage at her breakout role. Cassandra is caught mid-song in the black and white photo. The newspaper article's edges are curled with age, and there are several pinholes at the top as if Bella has had to put this clipping up several times. She has, like, sentimental stuff for his sisters. What do you want to look at? The stained notes. It's not like Bella to have such sloppy notes. Not only is there what looks to be a coffee ring on the top, there are also some dark dried splotches that you hazard might be blood. The handwriting is slanted. Bella's penmanship is nowhere near this ugly. You would know because you've spent an ungodly amount of time staring at her paperwork. You look at the words on the notes over. They don't even seem to be in English or Romanian. Are these Latin? Why does Bella have mysterious notes in Latin? What could these be for? You set them down. These notes make a cold shiver run down your back. You return back to the dining room, and not a moment too soon, Bella has returned looking peeved. Ugh, I can't believe they wasted my time. Halfway there, and they text me they figured it out. She sighs and rubs her temples. I suppose I should bring you back to campus. I know it's earlier than planned, but you look a bit pale. Do you? It must be from staring at those notes. Should I ask Bella about them? Ignore that you ever saw the notes, or don't be dumb. If you ask, she'll know you were in her room. For some reason, even though you know it won't end up. I can't go back. I said no. I said don't be dumb. For some reason, even though you won't end well, you decide to open your mouth. Bella, I just wanted to ask. Oh, thank God. Bella's phone goes off. A blessing, really. A message from the universe telling you to keep quiet. Her face pales when she sees the caller ID. Oh, President Miranda. She picks up and walks off outside the apartment. In the meantime, you decide to pack up your things. You made a huge dent in the workload today. There's still a few things to do, but maybe you can do them during class, provided you don't fall asleep during the lecture. You wait patiently for Bella to finish her call. She comes back in looking harried. Ready? You head to her car, you get in and drive off. The awkward silence stretches between the two of you. Do you break the awkward silence? Flip the script on Bella or sit in silence. I guess flip the script. What's got you looking so pale? Bella is not amused by you using her own words on her, nor by the observation. It is none of your business. It is if it's council related. Bella's hands tighten on the steering wheel. It's not. She shuts you down quickly. You just want to look out for her health. Is that such a bad thing? Whatever is happening between Miranda and Bella can't be good if Bella looks frightened every time mention of the president comes up. Is this by any chance your fault because you didn't do the work in time? Bella drops you off right in front of your dorm. She bids you a goodbye, and you promise to see her in the council room soon. These past hours have been the closest you've ever been to Bella, and you will savor the moments forever. Policy 6. Before you know it, elections are here. This means setting up posters and sending out emails so that students can vote for you. What is it that you want to do? You've made a choice before, but are you going to keep it the same? Will you stick to your choice? Run for vice presidency. It's a bold move coming from a first year, but you want to aim for the vice presidency. You've already proven yourself capable in a temporary position, so why not a more permanent one? You wonder how Bella will feel with this. You draft up the emails, design and order a bunch of posters, and then go to work on writing up a speech. The election process is pretty intense. You have to give a 2-minute speech on why you want this role and how you'll change the school with it. And then you have to answer a series of questions given to you by the debate moderator. The more you think about it, the more stressed out you get. Danny and Angie notice this and come to your rescue. Let us help. Help with what? Your posters. We can hang those up for you, make it a bit easier for you to focus on your other stuff. You give them a tired and grateful smile. That would actually be really appreciated. Anywhere you want us to put them up? The areas that get the most traffic on campus. Danny grabs a whole bunch of posters and some tape. Andrew grabs a handful as well. Leave it to us. We'll get shit done before you even know it. You thank them and go back to focusing on writing your speech. You decide to handwrite it, as it's more satisfying to crumple up the paper when you can't get the words right. Your trash can fills up with rejected wads of words. Your roommates come back with the job done and a box of pizza. You're truly grateful for their help and for the food. You haven't even noticed it, but you're starving. Once you've polished off several slices of pizza, you notice that it's already quite late in the day. You decide to call it a night and hope that tomorrow you will be more inspired with your speech. It takes you 3 whole days to write the speech, but looking up books in the library has helped you with that and made the process run smoother. You now feel a bit more prepared. Next up is preparing for any questions that might be thrown at you during the election debate. This will be the harder part. As you're studying, someone approaches you. You look up when their shadow falls over your books. Can I help you? I'm kind of busy. It's Mia. You helped me before. I remember. Do you need help again? No, I actually came to speak with you about the upcoming council election. I've decided that I want to join. Surprise fills your face. Oh, you're half tempted to warn her away, to tell her about all the hard work, about the curse of the council. You don't. It would look like bad sportsmanship if you did. What position? Secretary. You don't see what's so funny. Sorry. It's just that as secretary, I'll get to work more closely with Bella. I know it would be scandalous if something were to happen between us. That is not funny at all. Anger burns in your chest. When you answer her, it might be with a bit of a snappy tone. Bella is a consummate professional. She wouldn't allow inappropriate behavior between anyone on the council. Right. She's cold and distant, isn't she? You narrow your eyes. You can't tell if she wants you to say yes, you come off as an asshole, or no, so she can make a move. You settle on a different answer. Depends on how you see her. I've noticed she's friendly with you. You snort. Oh, hardly. We tolerate each other only because I do my work. Mia takes a seat in front of you unprompted. She gave you the vice presidency. Only because there was an accident and they needed someone temporarily, I offered myself for the position. An accident? Yes. What happened? It's not my place to say it. You're not feeling comfortable with this line of questioning. Why is she so interested in everything? You seem to know a lot about the council. I want to join. I have to know a lot. The answer is solid and you can't find fault with it, and yet something about her seems to rub you the wrong way. You can't tell why. What's the insinuation about Bella? Look at her face. She doesn't look very trustworthy. Probably. Despite not being anything or anyone special to Bella, you don't want someone coming in and thinking they can romance her. Bella had made it clear she had no desire for such a thing. You would just be a good friend to her and revel in being around her. If she decided she wanted to romance you, then who were you to say no? But Mia just assuming all these things about Bella made you feel very defensive over her. You plaster on a politician's smile. I'm glad you're interested, and I wish you luck on the election. I really do have to get back to my work. She understands she is being dismissed and gets up, bidding you a goodbye. You try to focus on preparing for the elections, but you find you're irritated by her. You pack up and decide a walk will do you well. As you walk through the student center to check out the vending machines and if they have anything good in them, you see Bella in the hallway, struggling with a stack of posters. Despite the fact that her face is plastered on almost every inch of this building and others, she is putting up more. She's printed too many, and stray ones keep falling out of her grasp as she walks. It's clearly irritating her, given the annoyed flush to her cheeks and the growl of frustration every time a new sheet falls down. Knowing her, she won't admit to needing help, so you don't ask or offer it, just stoop over to pick up the stray sheets. She watches as you do so, pausing so she doesn't drop more. 2 weeks ago, Bella would have claimed your offer of help was to sabotage her, but now she just takes it with a small smile. You place the sheets back on top of her stack. You've got a lot there, Madame Presidente. She arches a brow at your teasing tone of voice. A president's work is never done. Isn't that right, Vice President? Suddenly, her face gets serious. You need to run for the vice presidency, no matter what. Why does she sound so dire? What is going on? No matter your choice, please run for that position. Before you can ask for an elaboration, her eyes go wide and she swivels on her heels and leaves. You look back and see Mia leaning against the wall, scrolling through her phone casually. It looks like she's faking being uninterested, but you are almost sure she had been watching you and Bella. Why? What do you do? Confront her. What's your problem? You walk up to her, her eyes flick up. Hey, I wanted to talk to you. About what? I just wanted to wish you good luck with the election and all. You respond with the driest thanks possible. Mia bids you a goodbye and leaves. That was an odd interaction. Couldn't she have waited to say that to you? Whatever. You brush the incident out of your mind and leave back to the dorms. As you do, you can't help but think, why had Bella seemed frightened of Mia? The next day, you find out that the current secretary was pushed out of the window during a party. She is alive but in the hospital and would be unable to participate in the election. Isn't that Ariana? Seeing as Mia was now the only candidate that was running for secretary, it was guaranteed she would win. Then the day after the incident, you found out that 2 people who were running for Bella's position had withdrawn without giving much of a reason. With 1 day on the clock until elections start, you decide to take Bella's pleas into consideration and decide that you would be running for vice presidency no matter what. You make the necessary adjustments to your campaign. I was already running for vice presidency, but whatever. Policy 7. The election is today. You feel so anxious you think you might throw up, but you can't and you won't, because it looks like Bella is betting on you winning the position, winning it away from the opposition. You file into the council room and almost file right back out. The room is packed. People are sitting on the raised seats, and it almost makes you feel like you are in a Roman forum about to argue for why you shouldn't be exiled. Bella sees you enter and grabs you by the shoulder. Is that Bella in a suit? Oh my gosh, look at that. She looks so good. It makes me want to get a suit. Good God. All right. Bella sees you enter and grabs you by the shoulder. Scared? You scoff. Who? Me? Don't be. You'll be great. I said I wasn't. Bella offers you a small, sad smile. I can tell that you are. But don't worry, I won't let your opponent win. Why did that sound vaguely threatening? What is going on? Before you can ask, Bella moves on to speak with someone from the audience. You can see Angie and Danny are here waving at you. You flash them a thumbs up. Mia walks up behind you, slinging an arm over your shoulder. You nervous? You would appreciate if people stopped asking you this, because thinking about how nervous you are only makes you even more nervous. I'm fine. How about you? You push her arm off of your shoulders and take a step away. I'm ready to win. You probably will, seeing as the opposition is gone. Mia's smile does not waver. Shame about what happened to that girl. This is why responsible council members don't party. You give her a thin-lipped smile and we're back in return. That is an insensitive answer. The debate mediator says, everyone, the elections will start soon. The debate mediator makes this announcement and you shovel to your seats. The way the election will work is that each position will be called up and the candidates for those positions will read their speech and then answer any questions the mediator might have for them. Even candidates who do not have an opponent still have to do this. Bella goes up first. Her position is uncontested. There had been so many candidates for her spot. Why had they all pulled out? Something seems a bit sketchy about this whole situation. You watch her present her speech, finding yourself sighing wistfully. She looks amazing wearing a blue suit jacket and pants with a button-up shirt. Her hair is done up with a golden pin holding it into a bun. Her cadence is crisp, her words are carefully picked, and she emphasizes the right moments. Her speech is convincing, and the grace with which she presents it leaves you in awe. How is she so capable of being stunning, charming, and yet so cold? She finishes her speech to applause, and then answers the proctor's questions without breaking a sweat. You are up next. Your opponent is a junior named Finch. You haven't seen them around campus before, and you have no idea how good they are at student council business. What if they are better? What if this speech wins everyone over? You suck in a deep breath and take your spot. You've done acting before in high school. You just have to pretend you are someone else, that you are playing a role. This helps you relax, and releasing a tense breath, you begin to read. The speech goes smoothly, the questions not as smoothly. You stumble on one or two words and feel like some of your answers are lackluster. When you finish, you sit back down, feeling relieved. Whatever the result may be, you have finished your part. We recognize Finch from somewhere else. Finch goes up after you. You can't help but compare the speech to yours, the way they answer questions to yours. Are they doing better than you? You can't tell. After Finch finishes, the rest of the student council candidates go up. You pay them little to no mind, instead choosing to casually observe Bella. Her face is an impassive mask. What is she thinking? When the speeches are over, the audience writes down the candidates they want on a slip of paper and drops them into the box as they leave. You are free to go, but you want to speak with Bella. You slip through the crowd to get to her, only to find that Daniela and she are engaged in a heated debate of sorts. Must we do this now? Yes, because I never see you anymore. What is wrong with you? You avoid me and Cassie, and you don't even stop by for family events or holidays. All you care about is this damn council. Keep your voice down. I don't need bad press. Daniela scoffs. You eat, breathe, live this stupid council. When will you see what you're doing is hurting you and those you care about the most? Do you intervene? They're sisters. This is their fight. I'll wait. You decide to let them have this conversation. What you have to say to Bella can wait. Bella grits her teeth. You have no idea the sacrifices I am making to keep everything together. You've never seen her this angry before. Daniela raises her hand, but Bella flinches away from it and runs off. You decide to give chase as, dejectedly, Daniela lowers her hand. What was she doing? With her hand, like, just slap Bella? What? Angie comes and puts a hand on Daniela's shoulder. You find Bella in the women's restroom looking into the mirror. Are those tears in her eyes? What is going on? Bella blinks and the tears are gone. What do you want? I just wanted to talk to you about the election results. I have nothing to say to you. I also really want to be left alone right now. Understood. You leave her alone in the bathroom. It's hours later, and unable to sleep as you wait on the election results, you decide to go on a midnight walk around the campus. You let your mind drift, trying not to think about how anxious you are and just enjoy the calm of the night. You pass by one or two students on their way to the library, but other than that, you're mostly alone on the footpaths. You decide to pop your earphones in and listen to some music. You've just started the song when you notice Mia near the building that holds the student council. She probably can't sleep either, you muse to yourself. Maybe you can talk to her about all this and get some peace of mind. You hurry to catch up with her, not wanting to call out to her since it's late and dark. You watch as she slips inside the building. You catch up to her and see her walking towards the council room. Why is she going there? The room is locked today, so no one will tamper with the results. Something inside you compels you to follow her. She stops right in front of the council door, and you just manage to duck behind one of the walls as she turns to look over her shoulder. You turn your music off, your heart beating quickly in your chest. Hello? Anyone there? Has she seen you? Or heard you? You hold your breath. The seconds tick by like minutes. She seems satisfied that Noah's is here because you can hear her fiddling with the handle. You chance a peek around the corner and notice she's taking a lockpick out and is picking the lock. What do you do? Stop her, get proof, or walk away. Stop her. We can talk to her. It'll be fine. Diplomacy roll. We'll see what happens. You step from around the pillar. Stop that! Mia freezes but does not look at all scared at being caught. Oh, hey, do you mind giving me a hand? You want me to help you break in? I left my cell phone in there during the debate and didn't realize. I went to the office to get someone to come open the door for me, but since it's so late there's no one there, I'd have to wait until morning to get it back, and I really need it today. There's a group project I need to work on, and I can't text the group because my phone is in there. You're not sure how much of this you believe. You decide you'll wait for Mia to open the door and see if she's lying then. Mia turns to the lock and continues working on it before it springs open with a click. She goes in and snatches up her phone, which was laying on the table. Finally! She scrolls through the messages, wincing. Oh boy, they're so upset with me. Gotta go. She waves goodbye to you and the two of you leave, locking the door behind you. Turns out, Mia really was just getting her phone. Sighing, you decide you'll go back to your dorm room. There's no more that can be done here. See, diplomacy roll. The next day finds you with bags under your eyes. You barely got any sleep, and the sleep you did get was fitful. You find yourself warily making your way to the council room. The election results will be announced sometime today, but you're hoping to find Bella. You know this one is one of her hangout spots. Maybe you'll find her hovering outside the closed door, camping out till she gets the results. You do find her there, standing off to the side, speaking to an older-looking woman dressed sharply in a suit with her long blonde hair flowing down her shoulders. Bella's voice sounds heated, while the other woman's is cool, almost unrepentant. How does someone's voice sound unrepentant? You decide to hide out behind one of the busts of some famous old guy and eavesdrop in secret. Something in your gut tells you that you need to, that maybe this will give you the answers you need to understand just what is going on with the council. Why did you do that? Her hands are curled up into fists. Her back is facing you. She speaks in a low tone, but otherwise it is quiet in the corridor. Yeah. The tall blonde woman in front of her seems bored by this conversation already, as if it is draining her. I have no idea what you mean. You know what I mean, Miranda. The election candidates. Your eyes widen at this. Miranda? This is the elusive president of the university? The one who gave you a scholarship to get here? The woman Bella seems to despise? You are not seriously going to accuse me of doing something as reprehensible as hurting them? Poor dears, I heard what happened. Bella's fists tighten and her shoulders hunch up. You might not have hurt them yourself, but you scared them away. And you had Mia do your bidding. Miranda chuckles at this. It's a sound that raises the hair on your arms. Bella needs to drop this topic. Why is she even accusing the president of the school of such a thing so boldly? Has she finally lost it? Do you hear yourself right now, Bella? I think you're feeling too much. You can't see Bella's expression, but you can hear the harsh choked sound that erupts from her mouth. Bella responds hastily. I'm not. I'm just telling you that some things don't make sense at all. You don't need to have Mia on the council. I am capable of handling things. It sounds like Bella is backpedaling out of her accusations now. Just now you had an emotional outburst which I thought we had both agreed would not be productive for our cause. Bella's head slumps down and Miranda puts a hand on her shoulder. Bella jolts at the touch and you get the disgusting feeling in the pit of your stomach. You get a disgusting feeling in the pit of your stomach. Is Bella scared of Miranda? Yeah, we already knew that, girl. That's what this whole problem is about. You can't watch this anymore. You decide to make some noise and step out, pretending as if you've just arrived here. Both women freeze as you nonchalantly walk around the bus towards them. Oh, hi. Is the council room still closed? You affect a goofy grin. Miranda stares at you coldly, eyes assessing you. It almost feels like she's looking for weaknesses, for a way to expose you as having purposefully done this. Bella whirls around, a look on her face that you don't know how to read before she schools it into something neutral. You'll have to wait on the election's results later. They'll be reported at noon. That's all right. You're not sure what else to say. Should you leave now? Actually, I wanted a word with you. Oh, are you in trouble? Sure. What's wrong? Bella approaches you, indicating for you to follow her. Somewhere private. You glance at Miranda out of the corner of your eye, but she's already moved on, heading back to her office. You follow Bella down the hall to the bathroom. Once inside, she sags against the wall. She looks strained. You speak tentatively, like to a wounded animal. Are you all right? She runs a shaking hand down the front of her face, inhaling deeply. What do you do? She's shaking. We'll give her a hug. Bold. Before you can think twice about this, you step in front of her and pull her into a hug. She stiffens at the embrace, she stiffens at first at the embrace, but allows herself to sink into it. Her nails dig into your back as she pulls you tightly into her. She's warm and she smells heavenly. After a little while, she steps back, a regretful expression on her face. You're in danger. What? You need to leave the council. No matter what the election results are, you need to drop out. You sputter at this, so shocked you can't even find the words at first. You want me to quit? Why? Didn't you hear what I just said? I want you to quit because you're in danger. Danger from who? Bella's lips tighten at this. Does it matter? Yes, it does. I need an explanation. If I tell you, will you quit? Tell me first. Bella heaves out a sigh, pushing a strand of hair out of her eyes. I'm sure you've heard by now from several people that the council is cursed, but it's not entirely true. Sure, bad things do happen, but those are because of Miranda. And, she knows of you. Bella needs to be clearer. She's trying to warn you of something without actually telling you what it is. You reach your hand out to her, but you reach out a hand to her, but she shrugs it off. You try not to let the movement sting. You thought the two of you were at least tentative friends by now. Bella, you need to tell me everything. Bella's voice is hard. You wouldn't believe me if I did. Try me. Her eyes search your face. Just tell me you'll quit the council. No. I'm committed to finishing my term. Then you are a fool. She rushes off, leaving. I'm hoping that I didn't just end this, get the bad ending. She rushes off, leaving you gaping after her in the bathroom. Something is seriously wrong, and the root of it seems to stem from Miranda. Your eyes narrow. It's time to pay the bitch a visit. You straighten out your back and suck in a deep breath before leaving the bathroom. You go over to where you know her office will be. In the daytime, it looks different. There is a secretary sitting outside, clicking away at something on her computer. I'm here to see the president of the school. She arches a brow at you. Who are you? I'm a student here, on the student council. Tell her it's about Bella. Uttering the name Bella seemed to be some sort of import to the secretary because she indicates for you to take a seat. I'll let her know. You're too nervous to sit, so you stand by the door. The secretary picks up the phone and calls Miranda. Someone is here to see you about Bella, says they're on the council. The secretary nods her head and hangs up the phone. You can go in. You swallow loudly and pat down a few errant hairs. Here goes everything. Is this even a good idea? You had impulsively come up here. How would you even ask Miranda anything? You're just a student. Ugh, she looks so tired at this desk. You push open the doors and find yourself in her office. The first thing you notice is the giant crow sitting on the golden perch by the oval-stained glass window that shines down a reddish-orange light on her from above. She sits behind a dark wooden desk in a high-backed chair with plush purple trimmings. The bookshelf behind her was packed with books and various knickknacks, such as jarred and pickled animal parts, rocks, animal skulls, and glass orb eyes that are staring right at you. And right under the crow's perch is a jar with what seems to have a human heart. You really hope it's not real. You swallow nervously, unsure of what to say. You came to see me about Bella. I gather you heard our earlier conversation in the hallway. Deny it or accept it? I mean, okay. Yeah, just accept it. I did, and there are questions that I have. Do you think yourself entitled to get answers? Her cool stare stems your words, and you don't know how to proceed. You really came here with no game plan, did you? Miranda lets out a tired sigh. Ugh. I am a busy woman. I do not have all day. Spit out what it is you want to say. Okay, Dr. Seuss. I'm concerned about Bella. So am I. She's awfully stressed. All the council work is getting to her. She seems to think Mia is a threat to the council, and that I'm in danger. Why would you be in danger? That's what I want to know. She seems to think you have something to do with all the troubles. Miranda laughs at this. Her crow makes a sound that seems similar to her laughter. It flutters down to rest on her hand. Its beady eyes assess you. Why would I care about the affairs of the student council? I have a school to run. Other than having my secretary approve their budget, I do not involve myself with them. You scowl. Why is it so hard to get an answer out of her? Then why does she seem so convinced otherwise? Miranda arches a brow. Are you accusing me? I'm just curious. You certainly are brave enough to come to me demanding answers like this. Your concerns shall be dealt with. For the time being, stay away from Bella. A mental breakdown in progress is never a pretty sight. Before you can respond that Bella seems the least likely candidate for a mental breakdown given her stalwart attitude, Miranda stands up and her crow squawks. It's time for Cornelius's feeding. If you don't mind, I'd like the room to myself. Turns out this visit would yield no results. Have a good day. The door clicks shut behind you. When it does, Mia comes out from where she had been hiding behind one of Miranda's bookshelves. Miranda's face is not one of an amused woman. They are becoming too involved for their own good. Their presence around Bella is also becoming concerning. Bella is feeling... Make sure to take care of it. Mia smiles. With great pleasure, Mother Miranda. Ugh. Policy 9. Disappointed, you head back to your room. You push open the door and two people spring apart. You arch a brow where you see the red flush on Danny's cheeks. Danny, get it, girl. We were just discussing skateboards, I swear. Uh-huh. Isn't that the student from the pizza shop sitting next to Danny? See you later. They grab their board and to run out from the room, face flushed red as well. You don't even want to know what that was all about. You have other problems to worry about. Danny rubs a hand on the back of her neck, sheepish. How did the election go? She's pointedly changing the topic, and you'll let her. You're not against your roommate having some fun, you just don't want to see it. I'm still waiting on the results. Why do you think you're so glum? Do you think you're lost? Bella told me I'm in danger. I don't know what to make of her words. Danny looks alarmed. Danger? What does she mean by that? She wouldn't tell me. She was being elusive. And I went to speak with Miranda because I was concerned about this, and Miranda was no help, so she seems to think that Bella is losing it. Danny rubs the back of her head. Her eyebrows are furrowed. It's that bad? I don't even know how to help her. She won't let us. I'm not gonna quit the council, and I'm not gonna quit trying to help her. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. You want to, but can you? You feel like you've been trying to do this for weeks now with no results yielded. Is it hopeless? Is there no solution to all of this except to quit? When the election's results come in at 12, you find out that you've managed to keep your position as vice president, but you can't be happy about this because it seems Mia is on the council as well. And Bella seems worried about her, so you should too. For now, you'll have to avoid Mia until you can get to the bottom of what's going on with this council, or of what is going on with Bella. However, it turns out there's going to be a time constraint. Miranda personally shows up at a council meeting after the election to congratulate everyone before making the announcement that she wants you all to throw a winter ball, with only a week to pull everything together. I'm down for a winter ball. It's an insane deadline, one you're sure she picked on purpose. You won't have much time to sleep, much less pull Bella aside to have a much-needed conversation. You glare at Miranda the entire time. You can understand Bella's dislike of this woman more and more each day. Only Mia seems too happy to do such a thing. I don't understand how I got like the right answer at that one part where I was like, oh my god, I made the wrong answer. And speaking of Mia, every chance she gets, she tries to cling to your side. If you're on the way to class or eating at the dining hall, she's there talking to you and asking you to hang out with her after classes. You always decline because you don't have time for that, nor do you want to spend time with her. And during the council meetings, she's even worse, sweet-talking Bella, who does a good job of ignoring her or brushing her off her flirtations, and coming up to help with any little task. It's infuriating. You really don't like Mia, but she hasn't done anything to put you in danger, so why has Bella so convinced that you would get hurt if you stayed on as vice president? Did she mean the council curse? Was she worried that it would strike you? Again, you must suffer with no answers to these pressing questions. The night of the winter ball comes, a celebration made for students after their final exams and essays. It should be a stress-free time, but you're more stressed than before. You want everything to go well at this event. You don't know if it will. You spend all day setting up decorations in between being on the phone to catering companies to making sure the food and drinks have arrived. Bella had done her fair share of work, ordering flowers, the DJ, and making sure all of the small details were accounted for. Mia seems to flutter about, not really doing anything, but everything to look busy. Ooh. By the time 7 p.m. arrives, the ball is finally all set. Now you just have to go and change. You have half a mind to just stay back at the dorms and sleep, but you need to confront Bella tonight, and she will be there. What better place to do it? You rush back to the dorms and quickly throw on some nice formal wear and style your hair. When you approach the dance hall where the winter ball is taking place, you can't help but smile. The council did a great job setting this all up. The hall is decked out in silver and white. Garlands and streamers twirl down from the ceiling and wrap around columns. Fake snowmen stand around the room along with pine trees of various heights decorated in silvers with strings of popcorn. There's a magnificent ice sculpture in the shape of a reindeer standing in the middle of the room. You really hope no one will knock it over. On one side is the buffet table with some seats where students can sit and drink. In the front of the room is the DJ booth. Lights in the shape of snowflakes flicker across the floor in time to music. And where the mistletoe has been hung up, there's a small crowd of couples. You glance around for Bella. Where could she be? You know, I'm not gonna lie. The dress doesn't suit her. Like this like style, I feel like. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you. I just don't think it suits her. You spot Mia in the crowd and duck out onto the balcony to avoid her. That's where you spot Bella. She already looks beautiful on a normal day. Today, she looks even more goddess-like. Her blonde hair is curled, with one side pinned so the curls all waterfall over one shoulder. She's wearing a blue dress that sparkles with every movement. Her makeup is subtle, but she doesn't need much to look captivating. What is it? Did something go wrong? Bella must have mistaken the shock on your face for something else. You quickly shake your head. I was looking for you because You wanted to dance? That's not what you wanted to do. But if Bella was offering to do so, Bella holds out her hand and you take it. I could use some relaxing. It's been a stressful week. She leads you inside where the DJ has put on a slow song. She spins you around into her and you followed her lead. You have to look up and stare at her face rather than into the very tempting valley of her breasts, which is right at eye level. Her expression is puzzled as she looks at you, as if she's trying to figure something out. Something wrong? She shakes her head no. You two dance in silence and you focus all your energy into not blushing furiously. Her hands are warm and where she has them placed, your skin burns with fire. She's an accomplished dancer, making up for your missteps with ease. Her face, usually so impassive, seems softer today. And you cannot get enough of it. How much staring is too much staring? She arches up a brow and corrects up at the corner of her mouth into a cocky expression, clearly having caught on to the enchanting effect she's had on you. There must be something in the air tonight, or something magical about this ball, because Bella leans in a bit to whisper into your ear. Her breath ghosts over the shell of your ear and makes you shudder pleasantly. Her perfume washes over you, and a strand of her hair tickles against your neck. You look darling tonight. She leans back and you promptly combust. There is no hiding how red your face is from her, and she takes some vague amusement from it. During the dance, the two of you had somehow ended up next to the mistletoe. You feel a warm prickling in your stomach. If this was a romance story, here would be a good moment to kiss. You like Bella, but she has merely grown to tolerate you. It doesn't bother you too much. Mean girls are your type. And yet, would it be so horrid to yearn for more? Bella freezes, and the two of you stop dancing. Is she gonna lean down and kiss you under the mistletoe? But her eyes are looking off to the side where Mia has disappeared behind the door. I have to go. She leaves without another word. What is going on? You feel like cursing out loud. Mia has ruined whatever nice moment had been going on between you and Bella. You're not quite sure of what to make of Bella's behavior, so you decide to grab a drink and head out to the balcony. The one you met Bella on is crowded now. You head out to an empty one all the way at the end of the hall, hoping for some quiet until she can come back. You nurse your drink and stare out into the beautiful gardens below. Pearl white roses raise their head towards you. You're a hard one to find. You turn to see Mia has arrived. Most definitely not the person you'd wanted to see here. Where's Bella? Ms. President is busy. She was looking for you. Mia shrugs. Well, she didn't find me. Why are you out here all by yourself? Don't you want to be at the party? I'm on a balcony. This bitch is gonna push me. Your skin prickles. Maybe you should head back inside. As you turn, you find Mia has slunk up behind you. She stands a fair amount taller than you. Not as tall as Bella, but enough that her posture is intimidating. We should talk. I have nothing to talk about with you. Her hand tightens on your wrist. I'm not asking. There's a small sound, and you look down to see she has a switchblade in her other hand that she's opened up. Your heart thumps in your chest. Oh, Bella meant this sort of danger. Inside the dance hall, you can vaguely hear the DJ playing the song Heads Will Roll. What are you doing? You're getting in our way. You need to leave. What is she talking about? Our way? I'll leave. Just let me go. You try to tug your hand free from her. Not that kind of leave. She raises the blade and an empty cup drops from your hand, shattering on the floor as a silent scream exits your mouth. Mia's lips turn into a leer, and then she is gone. Someone rams right into her at full speed, sending her careening over the edge of the balcony. It happens so fast that Mia can't even scream. You blink, frozen in shock. You feel sick at what almost happened. Bella is in front of you, panting hard. Are you alright? You look over the balcony. Mia is laying on the floor, not moving. The rose heads are stained red. You quickly turn around. What? She was gonna hurt you. This is the only way I could think of saving you. She grabs your wrists. Come with me, please. You can't move. We have to leave before someone sees this. Numbly, you follow after her. She takes you out of the dance hall to the council room, where it is much quieter and much more empty. Bella looks at you in concern. Do you need some water? You shake your head. I'll be fine. It's just a lot to take in. Bella nods her head shortly, before stroking a hand down your cheek. Her hand is trembling too. She's more affected by this than she lets on. You lean into her touch. Her expression softens. She moves her hand away after a quiet moment together. I've tried to keep you away from all of these problems, from the truth, because I thought it would protect you that way. It hasn't. You're still in danger because of everything. So I'll tell you the truth. Everything. Your heart begins to race in anticipation. Finally, after all this time! The truth. Bella prepares herself mentally before she speaks. I don't have a heart. You snort. Everyone knows that. You can be so callous and cruel. She shakes her head. No, I mean, I really don't have a heart. She pulls your head towards her chest and presses it where the heart should be. Your face flushes as you try not to think about the fact that your face is resting on her breasts. When you calm down, your flush goes away as your face goes pale. Nothing. You could hear nothing there. You pull away, jaw dropping open. What? How is this possible? How are you alive? Bella gives you a wry smile. Magic. Magic? Is this the truth you'd ached and yearned for so long? Because it didn't explain anything. It didn't make any sense. This university is just some front for Miranda's cult dealings. She uses the school to launder money to get supplies and procure new followers. My mother is one of them, and her most ardent follower. One of her most ardent followers. Her cheeks flush shamefully at this, but she clears her throat and continues on as you stare in abject horror at her. When I found out, I pulled a stop to all of this. I wanted to put a stop to all of this. I confronted Miranda and she used magic on me. Some ancient ritual to rid me of my heart. Here, Bella's hand goes to her chest where her heart should be. Her expression turns wistful. I didn't think it would be possible to do such a thing. Not if I hadn't seen it with my own two eyes. She took my heart from me, and as a result, my feelings. I can't feel. Maybe the faintest spark of emotion I can. But God, I wish I could. It's infuriating being this husk of a person. And then I met you. And you inspired feelings in me. Faint, but there. Mostly ones of annoyance, because you would not stop bothering me. But then we got closer and I'm not sure how to label what it is you are to me. Which is why I wanted you away from this council. Away from Mia. Mia is the one who hurt the other secretary candidate. She was the one who scared off the others. She does Miranda's bidding because she's a cult member. This is so much to take in. So much. You close your eyes. Miranda is running a cult. The school acting as a front. Mia is being a scheming bitch for Miranda. Bella literally heartless, but still feeling something for you. This is a mess. A worse mess than you anticipated. You don't want to know anymore, but you're in this deep already. How do you even react to this? Bella continues on. I've been afraid to stand up to her for a long time because she has my heart, and she's threatened to let Cornelius eat it if I don't follow her orders. But I won't stand for this anymore. I can't continue to live like this. I'm going to get my heart back and find another way to save my mother from her evil clutches. She looks at you. Are you with me? Do you support her? Obviously I support her. I've supported her this whole time. I'm in. I'm not just gonna stand by and let something this horrible keep happening to you. Bella smiles at you. Thank you. That said, what do we do? She keeps my heart on the shelf in that drawer under Cornelius. No matter how hard I've tried to get it, I can't get it from him. What if I help? How? I can distract him or something. You can go get the jar. You can't believe you're helping Bella jailbreak her own heart. I've never tried doing any of this with a friend before. In fact, you're the first person I told. It's not like any of this is exactly in the realm of normal. Once we get the heart, how are you going to put it back in? After months of research and snooping around, I have a copy of the ritual spell used on me. We just need to cast the spell, draw the blood pentagram, put the heart in at the right time, and hope for the best. You nod your head. Compared to your math classes, this should be a piece of cake. You hope. There was no, part to that. You and Bella wait until it's 4 in the morning. Changed from your formal wear into black clothes that will blend in with the night better, you make your way across campus to Miranda's office, silently and on tense watch in case you run across campus security. You manage to get there without anyone noticing you two. Luckily, Bella has a key to get into Miranda's office. Miranda has entrusted it to her before and had never rescinded it. She was going to regret not doing so. Bella puts a finger to her lips as she slips the key in and clicks it open. The two of you listen, but didn't hear anything. Bella had told you that Cornelius lived in the office and never left it. You would go in first and cause a commotion while Bella got her heart back. She gives you a look, and you nod your head, affirming it. You brought some snacks with you in hopes that they would be a good enough distraction for Cornelius. If not, then you would be picking a fight with that oversized chicken. Bella pushes the door open and your flashlight on your phone switched on. You walk in. Immediately, you are greeted with a horrible, high-pitched scream. Ah! Ah! Cornelius Cornelius is glaring down at you from his perch in the night. He seems bigger, like his black feathers are melting into shadows, encompassing the entire room. This is his domain. His eyes seem to flash red. That must be your imagination. Or maybe it's not. Magic exists. You wouldn't be surprised if this bird wasn't just a bird. You gulp. I feel pathetic having only brought some bread in your pocket. Maybe you should have brought a baseball bat with you. Hey, Cornelius. You throw some crumbs onto the desk. He stares down, thinking, judging you. Then he flutters down and you keep the light shining on him as he pecks the food. Behind you, Bella silently slinks into the room. How is she going to reach the jar? She'll have no choice but to climb up the shelves. She manages to make it to the shelves before Cornelius notices. He lets out a vexed sound. You throw more crumbs at him. Come eat. More food. More food. He is not bought over. He ruffles his feathers and screams at Bella, who ignores him and climbs up the several shelves. He spreads his wings to take flight, and you do the only thing you can think of and dive on top of him. He struggles under you as you try to keep him pinned down onto the desk. His wings slap your face, and you can feel his beak swipe at your chest. Blood flows. Stupid bird! Stay still! How is it that strong? You're sweating just trying to hold him down. Bella reaches up, fingertips reaching for her heart on the shelf. She's so close. The bird slaps you hard enough in the face that your eyes water and you lose your grip. He slips out of your hold and with a caw flies out the open window. That's one problem solved. You wipe your tears away and notice Bella has grabbed the jar. She's slowly making her way down. When her feet touch the ground, you shine the light on the jar. The heart in the viscous fluid is beating. Creepy. Let's do the ritual quickly. We might not have a lot of time. Stuffing it for safekeeping into a knapsack she brought, the two of you rush out to the woods where Bella has planned the ritual. A pentagram has been drawn into the dirt with a precision only Bella could pull off. She quickly inspects it to make sure nothing has disrupted the lines. It must be fine because she pulls out the jar with the heart and sets it down on the center innermost circle. Then she pulls out 4 candles, 1 for each cardinal direction. You help her light them. Are you sure this is the right ritual? It is. I triple-checked. I remember this ritual happening to me, and my mother, who was close to Miranda, also confirmed that this was the one. Does your mother know about any of this? Bella looks sad as she answers. She does. And she let it happen. Which is why I wanted to save her, but I don't know if I can anymore. Her hands turn into fists and her head bows down. You place a hand over hers. You're not alone anymore. I'm here, through thick or thin. She smiles, her eyes swimming with tears. Thank you. You finish lighting the candles. Bella sits in front of the jar. She takes the hand sanitizer and washes her hands. You wash yours as well for good measure before putting on latex gloves. Bella pulls out the last thing from the knapsack, a set of sterilized metal tools she had taken from the school lab. Now, the ritual is only 5 sentences. You need to take the heart out and hold it in front of me. By the time I'm finished speaking, you should be able to put it in. Is it really gonna work? How can I just put a heart back in? We have to try. Please, just try. You nod your head. The candles flicker in the breeze. Bella takes out the page with the incantations on it. Clearing her throat, she begins to read in ancient Latin. You unscrew the lid on the jar, and with the tongs, you gently take out her heart. It is tricky to do so, the heart pulsating slowly. It is both fascinating and terrifying to look at. You lift the heart up to chest level. Bella continues to read. She's on the last sentence. When she finishes it, her clothed chest seems to shimmer as if it were the surface of a pond. She nods her head subtly and you thrust the tongs with the heart right into her. She gasps out loud and you pull the tongs out. The heart is no longer in them. Her chest no longer ripples. Bella clutches her chest and makes a choked sound. She collapses to the ground. The candles around you blow out, leaving you in the dark. Bella! Bella! You freeze, not sure what to do. Hadn't the ritual worked? Is this a normal side effect of these sorts of things? We did everything right. What's going on? Panic bleeds into your voice. You turn the flashlight on your phone to see better. Bella is shaking and her eyes have rolled back into her skull. In a weak voice, you call out to her. Bella? That's not her heart. You swivel around to see Miranda standing there, Cornelius resting on her arm. She looked different than during the day. She's clad in dark, flowy robes. A priest stole around her neck and fingers tipped in gold claws. I don't know what a priest stole is. The stupid bird must have come and fetch her. That's the least of your worries right now. What do you mean that's not her heart? Did you really think I would keep her heart in such plain sight? It was a decoy, something for her to think was her heart, so she would feel I was mocking her every time she would come into the room. Your body flushes coldly. Then what did we put inside her? Miranda smirks. Something special. Bella stops writhing, the foam from around her mouth fading. She sits up, eyes blank. Bella? She turns to you with eerie interest. Ugh. In a blur of motion, she moves. Her strong hands push you down by your shoulders, forcing you flat against the ground as the air is knocked out of you from your lungs. Welcome to the cult's new experiment. Zombies. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Bella opens her mouth and you scream as she rips right into your jugular. What is that? That can't be the only ending. I don't even know. I don't. Okay. That was the scholar of Resident Lover. I'm gonna end this video here. That was a ride. But I got to the credits. Is there like a different ending where like we actually get her? I don't know. Huh. Well, if you want to see more, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment down below which path you want me to take, what other actions I should have done. Bye.